to DriveSpark. This is Bharadwaj and that is the Mahindra Scorpio-N, and we are here in Ambivali, Lonavala to test drive this beast of an SUV. Let's get started. So as you can already see, the car has a lot of dirt in it. That's because we are here in 19° north in Lonavala to take this off-road and also drive it all the way from Mahindra Scorpio-N plant to that off-road place. And you can look at the battle scars and the war winnings right here. Yes, I am covered in dirt and I am very happy about it. That's because this was one of the most amazing experience out of a Scorpio that you can get. I will tell you about that experience later in the video. Starting off with the variants and the pricing, this particular SUV is available in a total of 5 variants. Now Mahindra has only announced the pricing of the manual variant of this SUV that ranges between 11.99 lakh to 19.49 lakh. For the diesel variant. However, this will not be the top-end model. There will be another model with the 4-wheel drive variant and an automatic transmission. That will be the top-of-the-line model for this particular car. Now, just like the XUV 700, Mahindra will not be offering the 4-wheel drive hardware on the petrol engine option. It is limited to only the diesel that you see right here. Finally, speaking about the color options, Mahindra Scorpio-N is available in 7 different shades. However, one interesting shade that I found out of the palette is the golden color that is available. Now, interestingly, that golden color always responds to or simulates the rich look of a car. Now, I'm not sure how that gold look would look on this rugged SUV. However, you can see on the screen that this is how that particular car looks. Now moving on, let's speak about the front design, and right up front you can see the signature Mahindra grille right here. You get the vertical slat grille and a horizontal panel for the front grille. This being a Z8L variant, it has got chrome accents on top of the grille and also on the vertical slats that are present here, and you get DRLs right here at the bumper, and also bumper looks very muscular and gives this car a bold appeal. Continuing with the chrome treatment, you get a chrome treatment inside the headlamp cluster as well, all across the headlamp barrels, and also you get chrome treatment on the cornering of the fog lamps that is right there on the bumper. Now speaking about the lighting, this particular variant gets a LED projector headlamp for the low beam and a reflector for the high beam, and there is also a LED unit for the fog lamps or the cornering lamps that you see here. Now moving on to the front profile, you get a very muscular bonnet with sharp and aggressive lines that gives it a muscular look. Actually, you can see that this line merges with the pillar and gives it a very pronounced look. I really like it, and it gives this SUV a very butch look indeed. Moving on to the side profile, this being an automatic variant gets a 18-inch alloy wheels. All of the manual trims or manual gearboxes get a 17-inch alloy wheels. Now this 18-inch alloy wheels looks very apt for this wheel arch. However, a 17-inch wheel would certainly look a small size. You take a call. How do you think the alloy wheels look? And also the design of the alloy wheels is pretty standard and is a mixture of sporty and also premium element. Now speaking about the tire size, it gets a 255 by 50 R18 profile tires, and these are sort of dual terrain, I can call. It can do mild off-roading. However, severe off-roading would need an all-terrain tires, proper all-terrain tires, or even a off-road tire. Moving on to the side profile, you get a side step for easy in and out of the car, and also you get chrome dual tone door handles, and you also get a window line that is finished in chrome, and at the end of that window line you can see a scorpion tail embellishment that is present on the car, and it gives it that Scorpio-N the name, and it defines this particular car. Very much attention to detail indeed, Mahindra, good job. And moving on, you get a large ORVM, again dual tone ORVMs, and you get LED integrated indicators. You get the roof rail finished in silver. For this particular trim, there are black roof rails as well. And finally, you get all around body cladding to make this SUV look even more brawnier from the side profile. Finally, let's go and look at the rear profile, and there are some bits that you would like on this particular SUV. So finally, now we move on to the rear profile of the Scorpio-N, and you can see vertically, and you can see 2 LED tail lamps that are placed vertically. Now these are not split units, these are just standard units, however from the side. However, these are wraparound as well. Now Mahindra has used chrome at certain places. This will include the handlebar and also the and also on the boot lid and also on the center of the boot lid. Now the tailgate remains to be side hinged and it will open from the side rather than the traditional up down. And also the door handle features request sensor to unlock the boot remotely. Unlock the boot without reaching to your key fob. Once you do that, you can access the boot, and here you can notice that the boot space is compromised by a huge margin because of the third row seating. Now third row seating, what you can do is simply pull on the two tabs that are there here. First to fold the seat and then to lift the seat with two tabs, and you can easily recline and you can easily lift up the seats. This will enable you to have a boot space that can accommodate quite a lot of stuff. The loading lip is normal and can be accessed very easily. However, when using all 3-row seats, the boot space is very less. So that's about the rear profile and also about the boot space. Now we get into the interiors of the Scorpio-N. Let's go. So now we are sitting inside the Scorpio-N and I get a center armrest and a cup holder and a door and a seat back pocket. My life is complete. I am too happy with this. I'm gonna book this car right now. Let's go. Jokes apart, let's see what are the features that are missing, or sort of what are the other amenities that you get on the rear seat. Now the reason I'm sitting at the middle row seat and not at the third row seat, because when we usually review cars with 3-row seating, I start from the rear seat and then come to middle seat and then go to the driver cockpit. The reason I'm not doing that is because the space at the back is a tad bit small. The seat is too high up and the floor is too high up. You sit too high up and you do not get even the AC vents for your comfort for long journeys. You will have to make do with the AC vent that is there in the middle row and nothing else right there, and you get a phone holder right there, not even a cup holder. And the seats also cannot be reclined. It is set at one angle itself. Now with that rear seat, you also saw that earlier the boot is also compromised. However, I strongly believe that the Scorpio-N is best used with the third row folded down to maximize space and comfort. Now that is the third row. I would really not suggest any adults to sit right there. For kids, it's definitely doable. Again, they would feel a little bit claustrophobic because of a missing rear AC vents. Moving on to the middle row, apart from the rear armrest, the cup holder and the seat back pocket, you also get a lot of amenities. You get other amenities right here. Starting off with the seats, what you see here is the bench seat where 3 people can sit very easily because the tunnel is also not jutting up that high, and the middle row passenger who can sit right here and the middle passenger who will be sitting right here can sit in comfort with a headrest as well. However, that is fixed. For the other 2 passengers, you get adjustable headrest. Now this seat is also offered as captain chairs on the top end model, that is the Z8L, that you can choose. Again, for 6-seater variant, you will have to go with that. Probably with the 6-seater variant, I think the space at the rear could be a little more better because of a tunnel that will be there on the middle because of a missing middle seat on the row. So that's about it. You also get a USB Type-C charge port. You get a single Type-C charge port, and if you want to place your phone while it's charging on the seat back pocket, you have a dedicated phone holder right here. You can just place it. Pretty nifty feature. I really like it. Now that's about it for the middle row. And finally, I would like to point out that in terms of storage space, the door pockets can hold 1-liter water bottles. Apart from that, you cannot accommodate any other wallet or something. You cannot accommodate any other knickknacks. However, you do get soft touch materials and you get that aluminum finish on the door handle, which looks very premium and rugged as well. Now we move on to the front seat and let's see what are the features right there. So finally, we are sitting at the front row of the Scorpio-N, and right here you get to see a lot of premium materials being used to complement the premiumness of this car. Right up front, you get a dual tone dashboard with a coffee black, what Mahindra calls it, coffee black kind of interiors. You get soft touch materials on the dashboard. You get quality plastics up here, and also there is a mix of aluminum finishes and also chrome elements on the dashboard at the center console, and also you get silver finishes around the AC vents as well. All this is giving the interiors a very premium look. However, the pattern or the design or the squarish design that is there on the dashboard will certainly make it feel a little more rugged and also a little more functional. Now moving on to the list of features that is there on the Scorpio-N is you get Scorpio-N will include a 12 speaker Sony sound system with a subwoofer placed right here. You get a 8-inch infotainment system. Now this features wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and also it features Mahindra's Adrenox technology with over 70 plus connected features. With Alexa integrated, you can use the voice command and make sure that you give out commands. It is a similar system that is seen on the XUV 700, nothing much right here. And also it now features the what 3 words navigation as well. According to Mahindra, Scorpio-N is the world's first SUV to feature this what 3 words navigation. And moving on to the instrument cluster, you get a 7-inch TFT display. It is a semi-digital unit. You get analog dials on either side for the speedo and also for the tachometer. However, in the middle you get a multifunctional display which provides a lot of information. Now this display also is similar to the ones found in the XUV 700. However, the screen size is a tad bit small, but that does not stop it to give a ton of information right in front of you. This includes your average fuel efficiency, your driver details, and other TPMS and other important stuff that is required for the driver to know while driving or while the car is parked. Moving a little back, you get to see a chunky steering wheel. Now this is leatherette wrapped, and it is similar to the again it is similar to the one found on the XUV 700. You get a flat bottom for a sporty feeling, and you get mounted controls for your audio and also your cruise control, and also to control the instrument cluster over here. Now let's get back to the center console right here. And speaking of buttons, you get lot of hard press buttons right here for the infotainment and also for the climate control. Kudos to Mahindra for that, very well laid out. However, one niggle is that for the fan, you usually find a dial to control the speed. However, I will have to nitpick on one thing here, that is the fan speed. You do not have a dial that will adjust the fan speed. You have instead you have buttons that you have to control the fan speed through. Coming further down, you have some more buttons that is like a aircraft style button. This is for your SOS and your camera system, and also your and also for the hill descent, traction control, and drive modes. Yes, this now gets drive modes. Now drive modes is offered only on the diesel powertrain and also on the automatic powertrain. Now what are those drive modes and how does it perform on the road? I will tell that later in the video when we are driving the car. Moving further down, you get a wireless charging. Now the center console is raised, and that's why the reach to the gear lever is proper. You get cup holders right here, but I was a bit disappointed with the center console space right here because this is not so deep and it is just barely enough to fit a wallet. A deeper storage space would have helped certainly in this scenario. But here you find a soft touch material to act as a handrest for the driver and also for the co-passenger, which is a neat feature indeed. And finally, moving on to the seats, you get well bolstered seats. Again, you get contrasting stitching on white for that premium feeling. You get good side bolstering, and the driver seat is 6-way power adjustable. However, the co-passenger seat is manually adjustable. You don't get manually adjustable. You do not get any ventilated feature here. However, you can see perforations on the seat, which will certainly help improve your long journeys, especially in hot weather conditions. And finally, speaking about the storage space, you get a cup holder in the center console, which I already mentioned. You also get a bottle holder on both those doors and a pocket too, and also a little more space to store your wallet and other knickknacks. Now, one niggle I have here as well is that the door pockets is placed a little too low, and you will have to reach out and extend your hand a little too much to access any of the storage, any of the things that you have stored on the door pockets. Speaking of the doors, you continue to get that dual tone theme that is there on the dashboard. That's coffee black interiors and also the black plastic right here. Mahindra strategically placed soft touch materials where you rest your hand to improve your drive experience, and you also continue to get this chunky handlebar to pull in the doors. But if you are looking to enter this SUV with panache and style, you can grab on to this particular handle, step on the side step, and enter or climb into the interior rather than just sitting into the interior. Now these are all the features and the interiors. Now it's time to take this on the road and see how it drives. So now we are driving the Mahindra Scorpio-N and I am really excited. That's because I have already driven quite a bit. We started from Mahindra's Chakan plant and we ended up at 19 degree north in Lonavala, and also I have taken this off-road, and right now I am in front of you people to tell how this particular beast performs. Yes, I'm calling it the beast because the diesel engine in this is absolutely amazing. And speaking of engine options, you get 3 engine options, which is same as the XUV 700. That is a 202 PS petrol, that is a 202 PS turbo petrol engine, and you get 2 diesel, and you get a 2.2 liter diesel engine with 2 states of tune. The lower variants will come with 130 PS of power. However, the higher variants will feature a power output of 175 PS. Now speaking about the torque, the entry level diesel engine produces 300 Newton meters of torque, and it is only available with a manual transmission. There is no automatic on offer. However, the highly tuned diesel engine is available with a 6-speed manual transmission or a 6-speed automatic torque converter automatic, that is again seen on the XUV 700. However, things get interesting right here. Now XUV 700 features either a front wheel drive system or an all wheel drive system, but Scorpio has taken the old school route and is offered with either rear wheel drive, yes, rear wheel drive, or a 4-wheel drive system. Now let me speak about the off-road performance first, and then I will speak about the on-road performance. When we took it to off-road, I was really impressed because once I took this car off-road, I just shifted to 4 low and shifted to manual, which is there on the automatic option, which is there on the automatic torque converter gearbox, and put it to second, and it did the entire circuit without any sweat. Now this is really impressive when it comes to off-roading capabilities from Mahindra Scorpio. I was really amazed with that. And to help you get excited and amazed, you also have drivetrain modes. Now currently what I'm driving is the 2-wheel drive variant of the diesel automatic. I have already driven the 4-wheel drive. Now that has a dial in the middle that will offer 4 different drive modes. That offers 4 different terrain management modes, which will help you tackle the tricky situation. We were pretty much in mud and rut mode, and the car just flew through the obstacles. Now speaking about the suspension, as you can see, it was a speed breaker, small speed breaker, and it handled with grace. What Mahindra has done is it has given this suspension a Pentalink unit or a technology that will offer a plush ride quality no matter the conditions are. So if you are going through one single bump, you would need a little softer suspension setup to handle those bumps. However, if you are going on series of potholes or series of bumps, to just glide through, and Mahindra has managed to give that particular suspension, and it can handle both ways. It is a hybrid sort of technology that Mahindra has used. Kudos to Mahindra for that. And with that, it still remains to be the ladder on frame SUV that it was known to be. And when we were off-roading in this car, it did massive amount of inclination and declinations, and also we enjoyed the articulation where one of the wheel went up each time, giving us the number of lean angles or the articulation angles that the particular SUV can achieve. Sadly, due to the rain, we weren't able to wade any waters, but this can do that with ease as well. Now that's about the suspension. Let's get on to the steering wheel. When we speak about the steering wheel, Mahindra has given this steering a little lighter setup in terms. The steering is light at slow speeds and also is little bit light on the triple digit speeds as well. I would have liked a more stiffer steering wheel, but what Mahindra argues is that this particular steering wheel is a perfect balance between on-road and off-road use. So when we drove it on off-road, the steering was pretty accurate, and I could read the terrain very well. So that is the reason why the steering is a little bit on the lighter side to help tackle those tricky terrains. Now moving on to the brakes of the Scorpio-N, it is adequate. It can give you that stopping power required to stop this 202 PS of petrol engine power, and the diesel engine being underpowered than the petrol would require has adequate bite to drop the anchor. Finally, coming to the handling bit of it, Mahindra argues that they have worked with the Pentalink system and also the ladder on frame to give it minimal body roll. In one word, I would agree with Mahindra. For this large and tall SUV, the body roll that it generates, yes, there is a body roll because of the ladder frame and also because of the tall boy design. However, you do not expect how the body is so composed in corners, and definitely Mahindra has worked their charm with this. What I would suggest is, after you listen to me, you can go to the nearest Mahindra showroom and test drive the new Scorpio and tell me how this particular SUV handles. So that was our take on the all-new Mahindra Scorpio-N, and this car, according to us, is a perfect blend of a premiumness and also a rugged nature that is required for this butch and muscular SUV. What did you think about this particular car? Mention them in the comments below. Also like and share this video and subscribe to DriveSpark if you haven't done it already. So it is completely raining cats and dogs and we are about to head out. Stay safe and ride safe and stay tuned to DriveSpark.